Hello children, I am Shreyoshi Day from Kendra Vidyalaya number 2 Kancharapada. Hope you are all doing well and studying properly. Students, tell me, do you like to travel to different places? Of course you love, no? Even I enjoy traveling to various places. Now imagine, what if you travel to a strange land? How would you feel like? Would you feel surprised? Will you be fascinated or would you be afraid? When a person tells the story of his life in his own words, it is called an autobiography. Now, we are going to read a story titled Gulliver's Travel. In this story, Gulliver, a sailor, was once caught in the land of giants. This is how he describes his experience. In this story, Gulliver describes his own experience. The entire story is written in the first person. Hence, it is called an autobiography. On the 16th of June 1730, we discovered land. Our captain sent a dozen men with vessels for water, if any could be found. When we came to land, we saw no river or spring, nor any inhabitants. I went on to explore. The country was barren and rocky. I turned back to join the crew, only to see them getting into the boat and rowing. The word discovered means find out. Vessels mean containers. Inhabitants means people who live in a particular place. Explore means travel through any area to know more about it. So here on 16th of June, Gulliver describes that he, along with other people on the boat, discovered land. They found out land. And the captain of the ship, he sent dozen men along with Gulliver with their containers to bring water from the land if they could found any. But when they reached land, they could see no river, no spring, nor any people over there. Gulliver was interested in finding out more about the land. But that land was barren. Barren means where nothing grows. Infertile land. Gulliver, he was excited to find out more about this land, but he turned back in order to join other people who came to the land with him. But he saw them getting into the boat and rowing. Before I could reach them, I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea as fast as he could. The water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the monster was unable to overtake the speeding boat. I turned back quickly and climbed up a steep hill with fields of barley on either side and the corn rising up to 40 feet. There was a fence to pass from one field to the other. The word observed means noticed. Overtake means to catch up with someone. Barley is a type of a grain. Now, before Gulliver could reach those men, he noticed a huge creature was chasing the sheep, the boat in which they were rowing. The water of the ocean was able to reach only up to the knees of that huge creature. So, children, you can imagine how huge that creature was. In spite of his hugeness, the man was not able to match speed with the speeding boat. He turned back and he tried to climb a steep hill. Steep means a slope rising or falling sharply. When he reached the hill, he reached the top of the hill, he saw that there were fields of barley on both sides of the hill, and corn were growing up to 40 feet. There was a fence means boundary that separate one field from the other field, and one can also pass from one field to other field through those fences. It was impossible for me to climb because every step was 6 feet high. Now Gulliver was finding it really difficult to climb that steep hill because every step that he took was 6 feet high. I was trying to find a gap in the hedge when I discovered one of the inhabitants. So the word hedge means a boundary formed by bushes. So he was really trying to find a gap so that he could pass from one field to the another field when he noticed another inhabitants over there. Inhabitants means people who lived there. In the next field, they were walking towards the fence. He was of the size as the creature chasing the boat. Now he discovered only one inhabitant, one of the inhabitant. Inhabitant means people living in some area. So he saw one inhabitant in the next field, and that inhabitant was walking towards the fence. He was of the same size as that of the creature that Gulliver noticed chasing the boat. Chasing means following. I was struck with utmost fear and astonishment and ran to hide myself. Gulliver, having seen this huge creature, was gripped with fear and surprise. Astonishment means surprise, and he started running in order to hide himself. He called in a voice much louder than a trumpet. So, struck means hit. Trumpet means a musical instrument. This is trumpet. Now, this is the musical instrument. The sound of this musical instrument is very loud, very loud. But the voice of the inhabitant that Gulliver noticed in the field of barley was even louder than that of the trumpet. It sounded like thunder. 7 monsters like him came towards the field, ready to reap the corn. Reap means cut the crop. Now, 7 other monsters Gulliver has described these huge creatures as monsters because they were so huge, they were like giant. So 7 other monsters like him, they came towards the field and they were all ready to cut the corn. They carried a reaping hook which was very big. This is the reaping hook. This sort of reaping hook they were carrying, and it was huge, very big. They carried a reaping hook which was very big. When one of the reapers approached where I lay hidden, I screamed as loud as I could. When one of the reapers came near, approached means to come near someone, came near Gulliver when he was lying hidden, when he was hiding himself, he screamed, he shouted. Scream means to shout. He screamed, he shouted as loudly as he could. The creature stopped reaping, picked me up between his thumb and forefinger, and brought me close to his eyes, 60 feet above the ground. Forefinger means the finger next to the thumb. Now, the moment Gulliver shouted, one of the inhabitants, one of the monsters, picked Gulliver up between his forefinger and thumb and brought him close to his eyes so that he could have a closer look at Gulliver. Gulliver was now 60 feet above the ground. When this huge creature picked Gulliver up, he was 60 feet above the ground. He looked at me with curiosity. Curiosity means a strong desire to know or learn something. Now, this creature looked at Gulliver with curiosity and blew my hair aside to get a better view of my face. He called his friends and gently placed me on the ground. They all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. I walked slowly backward and forward, pulled off my hat, made a low bow towards the farmers. I tried to speak to them loudly in several languages. Now, they were really curious about Gulliver because they were so huge. They have never seen such a small creature as Gulliver. So they placed Gulliver in the middle. They sat in a circle. Gulliver tried to strike up a conversation with them. He removed his hat. He made a low bow towards the farmer. He spoke in many languages, in as many languages as possible, because he didn't know what language these men could understand. Each time I did so, the farmer who picked me up held his ear very close to me, but in vain. In vain means useless. Now, each time Gulliver spoke, this man brought Gulliver close to his ear in order to hear him clearly, but in vain. But he could not understand what Gulliver was saying. The farmer took me to his house and placed me at some distance on the dining table, which was 30 feet high from the floor. Now, this farmer who brought Gulliver close to his ear and he wanted to know more about Gulliver, he was curious about Gulliver. He took Gulliver to his own house and he placed Gulliver at some distance on the dining table. The dining table was 30 feet above the floor. The distance of the dining table from the floor was 30 feet. You can imagine how high the dining table was. Dinner was brought for the farmer in a dish which was 10 feet in diameter. So it was such a big dish, you can imagine. Diameter is a unit of measurement we use to measure the surface area of any circular object. So dinner was brought for the farmer in a dish which was 10 feet in diameter. The farmer's wife crumbled some bread and placed it before me. Crumbled means to break into small pieces. Since they were giants, they were monsters, they used to eat huge pieces of bread. But Gulliver, being a tiny creature, he was unable to eat those huge pieces of bread. So what did farmer's wife did? She broke the bread into several small pieces and placed them before Gulliver. In the middle of the dinner, I heard a noise behind me. It was the purring of a cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. Purring means low, continuous noise. Now, while Gulliver was having his dinner, he heard little noise behind him. It was the noise, low and continuous noise made by cat that was 10 times larger than an ox that we see here on our land. So even cat was such huge there. The farmer's wife was stroking him. Then entered the farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady. Stroking means to move a hand another part of body over another part of body as a mark of affection, as a gesture of affection. So farmer's wife was stroking this cat and then entered farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table. Grabbed means to seize or grasp someone suddenly and put my head into his mouth. I shouted so loudly that the baby dropped me. Now Gulliver was afraid that the baby might put his head into his mouth, so he shouted loudly, and hearing his shout, the baby dropped him. I would have broken my neck if the mother had not held her apron under me. Apron means a protective garment worn over the front of one's clothes and lied at the back. So, mother, who has been referred to as mother here, farmer's wife. Farmer's wife saved Gulliver from hitting the bottom of the floor. The story given in your book, Gulliver's Travels, has been taken from Gulliver's Travels written by Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift was an Anglo Irish satirist and essayist. He is popularly known for his book Gulliver's Travels. Thank you, students.